Hello. So today in this video, we're going to look at how to master your SI scholarship application for 2024 and then how to put up a very good application in terms of the proof of work and leadership experience. My name is Frank and I've been an SI scholarship holder. So based on this video, I will be using my experiences over the years in terms of putting application for this SI application to guide you in how to provide a very excellent proof of work and leadership experience for your SI application 2024. So without wasting much time, let's look at the part one of this video, which is proof of work and leadership experience. Okay, so the agenda is that we'll be looking at the country. Every country has a requirement. So we will look at country-based requirement in terms of the hours of work experience. And we'll be looking at the common mistakes that you need to avoid in the proof of work and leadership experience. Again, we will look at how to validate your proof of work and leadership experience form and how to fill the proof of work and leadership experience form. We also look at how you can match your work experience and leadership experience to the CV template provided by SI in order to provide you with the opportunity to give in a very powerful SI scholarship application for 2024. Very powerful SI. Okay, so the source of my information is from the SI website, which you can get the link on the description box of this video. So in terms of the country-based requirement, um, if you are from Armenia, as you can see on the screen, if you are from Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, Moldova, or Ukraine, you must be able to provide proof of work experience. And for these countries, there is no requirement of number of hours. However, applicants with more experience will be prioritized. That is according to SI for those countries I mentioned. But for applicants who are from Bangladesh, Bolivia, Brazil, Cambodia, Cameroon, as you can see on the screen, Ghana, Egypt, down to Zimbabwe, for these countries, in terms of proof of work and leadership experience, you must have at least 3,000 hours of work experience. That is prior to 11th February 2024. You do not have to meet the requirement within one period of employment. That means that for 3,000 hours of work experience, at least 3,000 means 3,000 hours or more. It means that you can provide in a maximum of three companies who can provide you with proof of work experience that can make it up to 3,000 hours or more. We will look at more into details. Okay. One thing you need to know is that you need to avoid certain common mistakes in order not to cause your application to be rejected by SI. And one thing you have to understand is that there are people who cannot sign your form. Such people include your co-workers, family members, relatives, partners, friends, individuals who demand compensation, etc. These people cannot sign the forms. Those people who are eligible to sign your proof of work and leadership experience form will be your supervisors or managers or your human resource and the head of organization. These are eligible referees who can sign your proof of work and leadership experience form. Okay, now let's understand this. In the leadership experience form, please specify the hours of work experience that included the leadership roles. For instance, if you work a total of 3,000 hours at a company, 2,000 hours as an administrator, and 1,000 hours as the head of your unit, then you should provide proof of both of the 2,000 hours as an administrator and 1,000 hours as head of unit in the work experience form. In the leadership experience form, include only the 1,000 hours as head of unit, that is as a leader. Now, I want to talk about this because many students many prospective applicants make a mistake during the filling of the proof of work and leadership experience form. Now, this is my personal view and my understanding of this. It is an advice that as a prospective student who want to get opportunity to get the SR scholarship, it is important that you take this very importantly. Now, I advise you that make sure that your work experience and the leadership experience come from the same company. Now, for example, if you are providing company A, in that company, you should have a work experience at the same time a leadership experience. So what I mean is that leadership experience is also work experience. So that is why an example was made here. So for instance, you were in a company A. In that company, you were administrator, and at the same time, you were head of a particular unit. That means you have two positions. One of the position is regarded as work experience, and the other position is regarded as leadership experience. So that means these two positions come from the same company. That is my advice. You cannot pick work experience from company A and go and pick leadership experience from different company. It's going to, based on my view, to distort your chance of getting the SR scholarship. So ensure that both work experience and leadership experience come from the same company. We are going to explain more about these details in the work experience form. Okay, so you can see on my screen. First of all, I will talk about this. Now, the work experience form, maximum one page form, maximum three forms. So the work experience must be one page, and the number of forms you can send should be three forms. Okay, so the page must be one page. The form maximum must be three forms. Okay. Now, if you want to make it one page, it means that you need to limit the number of sentences you write under work specific task. Because if you write more work specific tasks, it's going to take your form to the bottom. So it is important to write like one sentence is actually enough because you can have so many work specific tasks. So the maximum you can write is 250. So that is important that you limit the number of words so that you'll be able to get a one page form. Okay. Now, in the work experience tax, for other countries, there's no requirement in the number of hours. But for other countries where there's a requirement in the number of hours you need to submit. Now, these countries where you should submit at least 3,000 hours of work experience, the 3,000 hours of work experience can come from three companies. Okay, so it can be company A, company B, and company three. So let's say that company A gives you 1,000 hours, company B gives you, let's say, 1,500, and company B gives you 500 hours. You sum up, you get the the minimum requirement needed by SI, you're good to go. Some of you, your work experience, one company can even give you the at least 3,000 hours. Some of you have worked for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years. One company can give you at least the 3,000 hours of work experience. So I'll talk about this part. In the work experience form, for example, you worked as if you can see here, full name of company, can be entered here. Can be entered here. All right. Then the title or position of the applicant holds during the employment. So let's say your title was that you were administrator and head of unit. Okay, these are two positions. The first position is considered as work experience. The second position is considered as head of unit. Okay, because in the work experience, you should provide the total hours you have worked, including the leadership experience. So, for instance, you work for a maximum of 3,000 hours. Okay, hours applicant worked in total. In total means the leadership role and the work experience role itself, okay, in combination gives you 3,000. But then when you go to the leadership experience form, in this case, from your work experience, there was a leadership role there, which was head of unit. So you have to bring that head of unit. Then you said that your work experience, the total hours is 3,000. So the 3,000, how many of the 3,000 hours in the work experience did you use for the position of head of unit? So out of 3,000 at the top there, let's say you use 500 hours. And you have to make sure the leadership experience, there's no number of hours specified. So you just state in the number of hours you have to work in terms of the head of unit. Okay. So these are the crucial aspect of the work experience and the leadership experience. The rest are easier to fill. For example, in the leadership experience, you'll be asked that what was the type of work. Okay. So you just select the menu. You click on this menu, you will see a pop-up menu. So was it employment? You put it there. Was it volunteering, or was it by studies or by student organization? So you can select any of them based on what is related to you. Okay. So I think I placed this at the wrong place. It's supposed to be here, 500. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know in terms of the proof of work and leadership experience. There'll be another video on the reference template. There'll be another video on the CV template. Now, don't forget that the, the work experience you put here should be the same work experience you put at the CV on the CV template. That is the proof of work and leadership experience should match the CV. Okay, thank you for watching.